is the Dublin Special Master.
Live and direct.
Breakfast with Kxvu.
Trickstar Radio.
Right then, people, we're back inside the building. It's Trickstar Radio. You've got Kxvu reporting from the Phase Transition event. It's going to be a very enjoyable one. I've got the main man himself next to me. Very excited to get into this one. Man like Hatcha joins us. How are you doing, sir?
Very well, thank you.
I mean, it's good to get you in. I've been looking forward to this event for a long time personally, and obviously there's been a lot of buzz in and around the studio the last few days. How's the last couple of days been for yourself? Because it looks like it's been kind of manic from your side.
Honestly, yeah, it's been a bit crazy, man. It's been a bit crazy, but we're doing it all for a good cause. The Trickstar team have been amazing. You lot have been really, really helpful. All the team involved have been brilliant. I spent the last 2 months going through a lot of vinyl, a lot of dub plates, pulling out some really old CDs and even mini discs from some of the boys, you know, from Skream, Benga, Malakoki, all their old stuff. And might have bit off more than I can chew, saying I was going to do a vinyl dub plate 24 hours set. Now I know why he's done it on USBs and CDs.
Well, I mean, looking at it, there's you'll see it on the stream when the stream goes live as well. But there is essentially what looks like a tower block of vinyl sat in the other room. It's looking pretty crazy in general. I mean, obviously you're going through different sections tonight. Do you have a kind of rough idea for the 24 hours?
Yeah, for sure. So what we're going to do is, for the first 10 to 12 hours is going to be all of my UK garage favourites, all of the nuggets. I'm not really going to be playing a lot of the too commercial stuff that people see as UK garage that they hear on Kiss and Radio 1, etc. on the daytime playlists. It's more of the, you know, the nuggets for the train spotters, should we say. And then after that, we're going to go into 12 hours of acetate, just dub plates that I cut from when I was like 17 up till when we started using USB. So we've got a good few hundred dub plates to go through.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the kid in me right now is literally jumping like on a different level. I mean, the entire lineup is crazy. We're going through so many different eras of UK music. This is a very important event, and obviously for the actual for the causes that we're getting involved with as well. Like, how important are events like this in the current scenario, especially?
You know, doing this for Mind means a lot. You know, I know that I could be quite positive and say at least 90% of artists around the world have struggled with this because, you know, we've gone from touring, shows, interviews, you know, just having that busy DJ life to just flatline, stuck indoors. But, you know, that gave me time and opportunity to work on my album, which is nearly finished. That'll be out in December. That kept me sane. And when I wasn't working on the album, I was kind of a little bit insane. But, you know, doing this for Mind means a lot. And I couldn't think of a better charity to do it with.
100%. I mean, it's fantastic stuff, and obviously everyone coming together on the lineup. This is, I feel this is quite a monumental moment for dubstep, especially, which, as a genre, kind of looking over it, the last couple of years have definitely been on the up and up. We're seeing new people emerging. There's some serious foundational names on this listing today. One question I'm going to ask you before I let you go, because I can see you're buzzing to get into the other room. If there's one tune to look out for from your set, especially, what is it to be?
It might be Wookie, Storm, Benga, One-Off, VIP that he done for me about 18 years ago. Probably about 50, well, it was a long time ago. Mate, to be honest, you can't pick me out like that. There's so many one-offs of this.
I was sat the other side of the room with a longbow just waiting to go with it.
Really different, like, you know, request line, VIP, and then all the mallet. I've got so much stuff that I've got one-off versions that only I had back in the day that are only on acetate, so I'm looking forward to digging through the crates with everybody.
I'm sure everyone's looking forward to it as well. Hatcha, thank you for joining us very quickly. I'm looking forward to getting into it. Keep it locked. Trickstar Radio, we're inside the building. Bang. Right then, people, we're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio Phase Transition is currently in the process of getting underway. We've got Sam Devine in the building. How are you doing?
Well, it's good.
I mean, it's very exciting down here currently. I feel like we're at the edge of like a sports event or something like that.
It is like the Premiership League, right? I have no clue about football.
I won't lie. I don't think many people do at the moment. It's all up in the air. But obviously, we've got a crazy event on the way. You've been here since quite early on today. Like, how's your day been? I'll tell you what. Hold that as well.
Do you know what? No, it's been so good. Like, it's actually been so nice. Like, I've sorted the green room out. I've been sorting the boys out. I've been like, just being mother hen. That's what I do. But it's so nice to actually, even though I'm not playing till Sunday, right? And it's Friday. We're about to kick off in however long, like an hour or so. But it's buzzy, it's vibesy, and I just can't wait for everyone to see what Hatch and Ben have put together. And of course, you guys for hosting it as well. So thank you so much.
No worries at all. It's great having you all in the building. There's been a real kind of buzz for the last few days. Obviously, it's a monumental event. We've been popping up on different news channels. There was a little crew in the corner all watching it. I mean, it's been kind of crazy. Just to kind of quickly jump into the general lineup as well. Who are you looking forward to most? Because there's favourites from all different areas on this lineup.
Well, I mean, I have to say my husband Hatcha to start with, right? I have to say that, as I'll get sacked. Definitely Skream. I've not heard Skream play in so long. LB, definitely Para. All the garage heads, really. I mean, I love dubstep, but I'm a garage baby. So, yeah, I think Sunday for me is going to be, I'm going to be like jumping on the sofas and, yeah, just doing like crowd surfing and stuff on Sunday. So, yeah, Sunday's going to be the one for me.
Awesome. I mean, as well as this, obviously, you're playing on the Sunday. Now, with the set, I'm assuming I'm right in thinking this. You're going to be steering slightly away from the sort of normal set we would expect from yourself.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm going to be laying down a house set, right? But I've still got garage influences in me. So hopefully, well, I mean, I haven't kind of put my set together in my head yet, but I don't really want to play anything too new. I kind of want to take it back to basics, back to where I kind of like first begun and that tribal defected house. But I mean, anything goes on the day, anything can change. So yeah, anything goes.
Awesome. I mean, it's a very exciting thing in the building. As I said, it's very buzzy as we're kind of walking around. It does feel like we're backstage at a festival or something like that, the amount of things that are going on. And yeah, I'm looking forward to getting into every single one. So thank you for joining us quickly on this brief little press corner we've set up here. And I've got to say as well, it does look very tidy in here, a lot more tidy than it normally does. But one thing before we do go, though, what's the best thing for us to look forward to from your set this evening? What can we expect very specifically?
Very specifically, do you know what? I've actually remixed a garage record with Hatcha, and I'm going to be playing that for the first time on Sunday. It's a remix of TGR Just Gets Better Xavier.
Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to getting into it. This is Trickstar Radio. You'll probably be hearing this back on Breakfast with Kxvu as well, so keep it locked and don't go anywhere. What's happening, people? We're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio. You've got Kxvu in the hot seat, and we've got man like Ben, the mastermind behind this entire plan. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
It's good to get you in. We had a little chat the other day on the Breakfast Show.
We did, yes.
Which was good. It was good to kind of find out about the event. And for people who don't kind of run events, there's this kind of mythical 30-minute period just before things start to kind of go live. It's this mythical period where things start going
all
crazy.
of the work happens in those 30 minutes, yes.
It's such a bizarre thing that you can put in hours and hours and hours and days of work, and then that 30 minutes before, what tends to happen?
The things that you should have done 2 weeks ago become apparent. Nah, we're much more organised than that. It was technicals around like the plugging together all the streaming software, basically. And we wanted to do a proper test yesterday, and because we were here too late, and it didn't happen in the end. And then we were doing it this afternoon, and it worked. And then when we went to go live, it wasn't working, basically. And this is one of those things, I think. You just got to roll with it. And
I think in a way,
that guy.
I think to an extent there is a kind of, the beauty of this entire event, obviously, it's very foundational. We're looking at some of the most original kind of OG names. There is an element of kind of DIY to it and kind of stitching things together last minute.
Yeah, well, that's, it's what it was all about. It's like how I used to run, basically. Like, I'm not too much of a fan of like over professionalization of music in particular. I think it's good when it's thrown together and it's done by people who are passionate about it and flying by the seat of their pants a little bit, basically, right? Like, we're going for how long today?
Well, but
54 hours.
Yeah, we're going for 54 hours.
4 hours. Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. When you kind of break it down, obviously everything's going on. Everything's kind of going on nicely in the other room, which is everything's now we're now cracking on and things are rolling. What are the bit you're looking forward to most about this? Obviously, as the guy kind of behind the scenes getting everything working, what bit do you look at and kind of go, that's what I'm looking forward to?
All of it, honestly. Like, I've been looking forward to watching Terry play because we were in here last night and he was practicing, he was doing a sound check, and like being in a room with a DJ like that and actually seeing him working up close and having total control and mastery over all of this technology and the sound and just playing around with the effects unit on that Pioneer mixer, and just me and Diego were just standing there watching him like, this is unreal to see this in close quarters. And we're going to see Terry for the next 20 hours, 22 hours or something, but then we've got all of those other DJs coming through and all of those other MCs, and to just witness that firsthand, like the whole thing, you can't pick anything out of that.
I mean, we touched very briefly on the phone on Monday, I think it was, about obviously we talked through the event and it kind of coming together. We now look at the lineup actually as the event has now started. That must kind of give you a good feeling looking inside and going, you know what, this is cracking on right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. It's kind of surreal, to be honest with you. But the thing that I really like about doing these live streams with the technology that we use now is the chat. Like, it's actually a social experience. You're not just listening, like there's something going on there, and we've got loads of people in the chat, loads of artists in the chat, loads of the people who are going to come through over the weekend. They just sat there in Twitch at the moment, like IDing tunes and calling for rewinds, and yeah, it's amazing.
I mean, it's great to have you, Ben, and obviously the effort is very clear to see everything that's kind of gone into it, all the behind-the-scenes work. It's an absolute pleasure, obviously, to have the conversation with you as well, obviously, after everything's kind of come together. We're going to leave it at that. It's been great to have a chat, and we'll catch up probably at some point over the next couple of days as the event continues to roll.
Yeah. I'll get progressively older as the weekend goes.
Right then, keep it locked. Trickstar Radio, we're out.
Donate.
Right then, people, we're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio, we're here for Phase Transition. We're here with the headliner for the evening, I would say, this evening. Looking forward to...
I can't take that.
Do you know why I say it?
I can't be like...
Because of the T-shirt, that's why I'm saying it.
Standard, I'll take that. All right.
Talk to me about the T-shirt, because I know there's a story behind it.
Well, listen, this is just for the original Come Dine With Me gang. I ain't talking about couples Come Dine With Me, I'm talking about like proper Come Dine With Me, like the pivotal era. We all know about Jane's little life. I ain't gonna get too far into it, because if you don't know, just type in Come Dine With Me, Jane's little life. It's a belter of an episode. You won't it's for somebody who watches it every day on +4 and whatever. You won't watch it again, because it's like peak like when Come Down Me is interested and not just token, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, well, I'm sure people will. I mean, we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on this evening, sadly, to drag the conversation back to the room. But obviously, this evening, we've got you playing, from what I believe to be, from reading online, quite a special set from what we've heard.
It is a special set. I think every set for this, especially because who we're doing it for Mind, obviously, is special. But I did the Royal Albert All set for Fabric in January now, which was, and I sort of unannounced that I did a set of original productions with 3 weeks' notice, and I've had a little bit more time for this one, so I've done another set of brand new 140 productions, which has been a bit stressful.
I was going to say, I've seen a couple of WhatsApps flying back and forward saying you've just reeled off like 3 or 4 new ones. Like, how do you feel about it as a whole, as like I suppose as a project putting together?
It's not like I've got so many other projects going, especially after the last year. I've got a lot of, I don't want to sound like a wank, but I've got like a lot of paid stuff, like literally just getting by, like paid like whether it's ads or whatever. But I've literally spent all my time. I've done so much work to finish my set for this. But I wouldn't do it for anyone else other than Hatcha. Like I genuinely wouldn't. Like the Royal Albert All thing was meant to be a one-off, but me and Tel we go back way too long, and also I think with the Royal Albert All set, it was amazing. Like it was epic and whatever. But the environment of this, I can get a lot of people who heard that set were very like they were like 80% or 70% positive, 30% critical, and then. The work I've put in for this one, it should be no critical.
Well, I see. I'm really looking forward to it. And one of the main reasons for that is obviously the last couple of months we've seen a couple of releases landing from yourself, the Unreleased Classic series, which have been landing on different platforms. So it's quite like sort of nice timing, I suppose, when we look at the lineup that we've got behind us on this very, very full-looking poster. Like there's quite a foundational kind of element, I feel, to this lineup. Like it seems to tie in quite nicely.
Can I tell you something? This lineup, yeah. This lineup was originally...
Tell you what, take that.
Right? This lineup was originally fucking 4 people, right? I agreed to do this for Tel, yeah, because like I'll do anything for Tel. Well, to a degree. There was about 5 people. I swear down. And then fucking lockdown and whatever. And I just thought that was it. It weren't happening. I hope like fucking.
No, it's all good.
And then next thing, oh yeah, we've got a date for it. To be fair, I didn't have that much more time than I did the fabric set. And then it was, oh yeah, it's now it's a 24-hour thing. It's only meant to be like a 4 or 5 hour thing before. Just meant to be a couple of sets. Yeah. Then it was 36 hour. It was 48 hour. It's 56 hour. I'm like, fucking hell, Tell you right, rinsing the fuck out. Like you've done your 24 hour, ain't you? You just look like just not giving up. But it's I forgot what he was talking about. But but it's wait, what was the question?
I forgot myself at this point, but I mean, just to kind of round it off towards the sort of end. I mean, we're looking forward to it very, very much. You're on at 6, which you're coming in straight after Hatcha's 24 hour. Yeah, I think we're about an hour away at this point.
I'd like to say it is a massive honour. Me and Tel do go a long way back, and it is a big. That's the other thing. The work side of all the studio stuff's been one thing, but Hatch handing over to me after 24 hours. If you've listened to the last 24 hours, you'll understand why I felt a bit of pressure, because Hatch is a don. Like it's insane. Tunes and that he's got, but the majority of mine I ain't even got. So it's been a lot, and for him to hand over, especially want to hand over to me, is a big thing for me. And like the fact that we're doing this for Mind, I'm not just throwing the charity name in there for token. This especially the last year and a half, it's a charity that's helping more than 2 or 3 friends. Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people have gone through so much shit over the last year and a half. People don't even realise, and obviously because it's mainly men I'm talking about, and obviously because fuckers don't talk about it. It's a really important cause. Really, really important cause.
100%. And I think I was looking on the feed earlier on, and the money is definitely coming up, and it's going up, and it's going up, and it's going up. So if you are locking in, make sure you are putting those donations into the feed, which you can find on all of the Twitch links. I think they're all there. Skream, it's been an absolute pleasure having a conversation with you. I'm looking forward to getting into this. It's going to be quite legendary by the sounds of things.
Hope so. Fucking hell. Like, do you know what? Like 4 or 5 weeks worth of making tunes. If people say I'm shit now, like, you can fuck yourself.
There we go, we're out. Bang. Right then, people, we're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio, myself, Kxvu, in the hot seat, and we've got one of the original voices of dubstep in the building with us. Man like Crazy D, how you doing, sir?
I'm all good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. It's good to have you in the building. Obviously, this is an insane event already. The faces we've got in the building is kind of crazy. So first of all, what time are you on? Because you're here slightly early by the looks of things.
Yes, I thought I was on at 6 p.m, thanks to Tel. But I'm on at 6 a.m. now, so yeah.
I mean, the beautiful thing about this event is obviously there are so many foundational names involved. I'm getting loads of laughing in the background here as well. There are so many foundational names involved with this as a lineup. This must kind of take you back to like that sort of original golden period when you see that flyer.
Yeah, oh, definitely, especially as we've been in lockdown as well. So it's almost like party vibes. You feel what I mean? So yeah, it's really good. I can't wait to get this going.
I mean, obviously you've been to the station before. You were here a little while ago. Do you enjoy Brighton as a place?
Yeah, Brighton's lovely. I used to come here when I was little as well. My uncle used to take me every week, get donuts, and whatnot, walk on the pier when they had one, proper one. Yeah, yeah. That's how old I am. I knew about the other one, not this pair.
I mean, it just in general, man. Like, it's great to have you in the building, and as well to have so many of that kind of, I want to say again, original foundational crew in the building. Like, I'm assuming you're looking forward to kind of catching up with people, because it's going to have been a while.
Yes, I'm actually hoping I do get to see people this time, because usually people in and out, you don't really get to have a chat and whatnot. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed. All I've seen is Hatcha at the minute, and that's not good enough. I see him all the time. So we'll see, yeah.
Okay, cool. So one more thing I'm going to ask you, obviously, because you're on in a little while, and the event is kind of rolling as we're kind of going. What are you looking forward to most out of the entire event?
The music, really. I haven't MC'd properly. You know, like, we're doing 6 hours. 6 hours each, me and Pokes. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I can go in. Like, usually it's an hour, and then you're off.
This is like a legacy kind of.
You know what I mean? So we can take our time with it and, yeah, see where it goes.
Awesome, man.
I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, man. Well, I'm looking forward to hearing it as well. Trickstar Radio, we're in the building, man, like Crazy D. Crazy D. I'm all over the place. Keep it locked, Trickstar Radio, bang.
I'm good at golf as well, yeah? Crazy G.
What's happening, people? We're back here inside the building, Trickstar Radio. It's your boy Kxvu, and we are in the building with a man like Logan Sama. Just jumped off the 1s and 2s. It was very, very vibrant in the room. How are you feeling?
Sweaty, hot. Yeah, it was wicked, man.
Awesome. It's good to see you again. We had a little chat a little while ago over on the breakfast show. Like, how's the last couple of months been for you?
Bit weird. Like, you can't really plan for anything. So you don't really know what, like, oh yeah, everything's opening back up again. But you don't really know. You don't know how much is opening back up. Do you know what I mean? Especially when you play like niche music as well, like grime. Like, just because the clubs are open doesn't mean there's going to be grime events on as well. So yeah, man. Like, just been trying to be keeping busy with what I can and be proactive. You know what it's like. You know, like you find work and projects to do, and you kind of try and be as much in control of your own destiny as you can be.
Of course, man. Especially, it very much rings true on what you said. Obviously, the clubs are opening, but they're going to want to, you presume, capitalise on getting people in. So niche isn't necessarily kind of the areas they're going to be going. And I think kind of that's one of the reasons why tonight's event is so kind of enjoyable. The lineup, we can see it behind us, is kind of crazy. Like, looking prior to the event actually happening, looking through that lineup, how does that make you feel? Kind of looking at through that.
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been playing lineups like this for 20 years nearly now. So, you know, for me, it's comfortable. It's familiar. You know, like it's what I needed. You know, like going and go and play a festival, see a bunch of acts I don't know, I've never met before. It's nice to play in front of a live crowd. But do you know what I mean? This is just like, realistically, this is just like being on Rinse in 2005. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's from back in the day, even further back, like when I was on there, like 2002. Really, this is what the vibe is. That old pirate radio, Rinse FM kind of feel. So many people that I've known for, like I said, 20 years, all back here. Everyone's doing different things in life, gone off on different tangents in their careers. And, you know, to see everyone on this lineup together, coming together for a good cause that, you know, is particularly important for me, it's awesome, man. You know, it's like, it's great that it's for a good cause, but physically doing it's been a good cause for me. You know, it's been beneficial for me as well.
100%, man. I mean, it's really, really good to see. I mean, as you said, you're working away on a load of different projects as well. What's currently popping for yourself that people may not have seen?
So we're trying to make sure that there's a solid portal to aggregate grime news, which is the Keeping It Grimy project. So we have, you know, keepingitgrimy.com, the website, where we update that regularly with news articles. I've been doing like weekly roundup video stuff on YouTube as well, and just trying to do content. To be honest with you, just diving into content. I'm in control of that. You know, I've got the equipment to do it at home. You know what it's like, and we just try and put together whatever I can. You know, and when things do start back opening, capitalise on that as well.
100%, man. Well, we've only got you for a couple of minutes. It's been great to chat and great to catch up with you as well. Absolutely smashed the set. Any last words before we jump off?
You know, shout out to Hatcha and the Phase Transition crew for doing something that's, you know, so important, especially over the last year and a half. I know a lot of people have been suffering with mental health. It's been tough for everybody, and hopefully, you know, together we can push forward. Especially with music. You know, music's such a powerful force, and it's been great for me. So
100%. It's been great talking to you, dude. We're going to finish it up there. Trickstar Radio, we're inside the building, Phase Transition, all of that good stuff. Blow. What's happening, people? We're back inside the building, Trickstar Radio. It's your boy Kxvu, and we have a man like Spooky just jumped off the 1s and 2s. How you feeling, sir?
Bro, I'm good, you know. I'm good. That was a lively little set, you know. Yeah. Enjoyed that, man.
Awesome, man. I mean, the thing that I noticed, obviously, we're sat in the little press room next door, so we can kind of see it as it's happening, kind of from your perspective. There was obviously, you're known for the chops, you're known for the cuts, you're known for bringing those refixes through. There were a couple of cheeky ones I heard towards the end of that, sneaking through. Talk to me about that Sunshine mix, because that one was crazy.
Ooh, I did that last year. That's actually coming out. That's on Clarty Dubs 001. So by the time people see this, it's either still out there or it's probably sold out. You know what I mean? But other than that, it's coming out. So yeah, that's something I built last year, man. I thought, fuck it, no one ain't done that yet. So I was like, maybe I should give it a go now. You know what I mean? I might just be able to do something with that one, and it is what it is now. Rest is history, man.
There we go, bro. Yeah, I mean, the energy in the room is wicked, and obviously getting involved with this lineup, you can see behind us, it's kind of crazy looking at it. I mean, when you see that lineup, what does that kind of mean to you?
Bro, that's a saucy little lineup, Like, the lineup just kept growing and growing. At first, when I saw it, I was like, okay, actually doing 24 hours, and it turned over, and it's like, okay, now he's inviting more people, and then I got the call up, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm down. You know what I mean? Because it's been a minute since anything has happened, so, I thought, it's for a good cause. Why not? You know what I mean? Calm.
100%. And obviously, you're someone who represents radio in grime a lot more than other people. You're someone who really does represent that as a kind of, I suppose, culture to an extent, that radio culture. Like, to come down here to, obviously, Trickstar, and obviously this all being live on radio at the same time. Like, how does that kind of make you feel as well alongside that?
You know what? I've done so much radio, it's unreal. Like, this year, it's been like at least, how many years now? About 18 years of doing radio. So, yeah, man, it's long trot, mate. But, it's getting us to do stuff like this and, link up and see a couple of the man and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And then, just go out there play some tunes and that. You know what I mean? Across the world. It's all right, mate. It's lovely stuff. You can't complain, can you? You know what I mean?
You really can't, man. It's great to have you on for a chat. We were meant to do a breakfast interview, I think, at some point, and then obviously COVID happened, and it was all of that. We'll have to link that up at some point. Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up. Still, I was like, you know what? I'm due to see you because I was due to see you about March last year before all this COVID shit kicked off. So it was like. It's long overdue, man. Long overdue.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get a full one locked in at some point, 100%. But yeah, it's been great to chat to you. So, what's the next thing on the lineup for yourself? What's next on the horizon?
Well, Clarty Dubs #1, Clarty Dubs 001. That's out there now. If that one sells out, then I've got #2 lined up already. And then once that one goes, then I've got #3 lined up. And then on top of that, I'm probably just gonna have a couple more EPs, a couple more singles, and I've got a couple dates lined up as well. Which is weird considering that I did radio last week and I was like, damn, I'm actually got dates to announce. It felt weird, but I'm just like, you know what? It's all good. Time. It's time of the essence and all that stuff. So everything's coming to fruition now. I'm not even trying to force it or nothing. I'm just like, you know what? If it happens, it happens. So 24th of June, I'm doing something with N-Type night over in Peckham, and then Sidewinder Festival in August, and then a couple other bits and bobs might come in between then and now. So it is what it is, man. I'm just like going with the flow for the time being. You know what I mean? Because obviously COVID done mash up everything. So I'm just like, you know what? All I can do is just carry on doing radio and just do me, because if I'm not doing radio, then what the fuck am I going to do? Just sit down at home and do fuck all. You know what I mean? Might as well just
There we go. Spooky, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Always a pleasure. I'll catch you soon. Trickstar Radio, we're out. Bless. What's happening, people? We're back inside the building. It's Kxvu. Right about now, we're in the building with man like Hayes. He's just stepped off the ones and twos. You can tell I'm getting tired at this point. We've been here for a long period of time. How are you feeling?
Hot. Yeah, very hot.
It does get very, very warm down here. For those that aren't aware, Trickstar is literally underground, so there's no real natural airflow. But yeah, how do you feel about the set and how everything went?
Yeah, it felt good. I mean, I kind of pre-planned everything a little bit as I came in, because I haven't played Hayes for like 5 years, so it was something nice, something different. But yeah, I think it works out all right, so I'm all happy.
So, like with the preparation process for something like this, obviously you can see the lineup behind us is absolutely kind of stacked and crazy. And there's some names that aren't even on there that are playing as well over the course of this weekend. Like, how would you go about planning for a set like this under that Hayes alias?
I can't think about like who's on that lineup, because I don't even deserve to be on it, quite honestly. But yeah, it was just I kind of wanted to do something a bit different, because a lot of the Hayes stuff I did with like the old Get Darker styles was a lot more deep. This one I kind of wanted to bring a bit more energy to this one and sort of flow between the new school and the old school. So there was a lot of old Jakes in there, and a lot of new people like Neonix, and there was some new.
I did see you on Twitter talking about the old Jake stuff.
Yeah, I had to represent, man. He's the guy. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to flow back and forth between the old and new styles and see how it went. But yeah, that's Hayes in a nutshell at the moment. So, yeah.
I mean, we were watching through the. We've got the little press room next door, so we were watching through. And obviously, in obviously the different aliases you work with, you're known for being a very energetic performer. You're known for throwing yourself into kind of every kind of move. You were doing the same under the Hayes alias as well. Like, do you find you get the same reaction kind of yourself musically when you hear the deeper stuff to the more sort of hairier kind of tear out stuff?
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, the thing is like what I do as Funkcase on stage it's not planned. It is I want to be an entertainer for what I do, but when I'm doing Hayes stuff, what I'm doing on stage is just what I'm feeling like. But it's the same with Funkcase, honestly. So it doesn't really. there's no plan in it. It's just if I'm doing that, it's because I'm feeling the track. I guess I don't really know what to say. Really.
I mean, the question I feel loads of people are going to be asking, obviously off the back of watching that set there, is are we going to be seeing some more Haze material in the future, or is this a one-off that we're going to have to treasure and enjoy for what it was?
Yeah, I think to be honest, like I killed this off in like 2016 when I played in Los Angeles for the last time. So it was a good solid 5 years ago. And this was just for charity and for Hatcha and just to be on the part of this amazing lineup. So I wanted to bring it back for one time, and yeah, this is probably the last thing you'll ever see, really. I
mean, that's a shame. It is a shame, but it was a good way to kind of go out, I feel, and a good way to kind of sign off the alias. In that regards, what's next from you? What can we grab off you for the time being?
Well, I made a new dub plate actually for this set actually from Haze. So what I might do is finish that off and then just give that away for free. And then just got back to concentrating on Funcase basically. So.
Amazing, man. Well, it's been great. It's been good catch up as well. We haven't spoken in a few years, so it's been good to see you in the building again. Trickstar Radio. We are out phase transitions, and that's it from us. Pep. What's happening, people? We're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio. Myself, Kxvu, in the hot seat. We're joined by, as you very well know, my friends, one of my favourite DJs. For me, one of the original dubstep heavyweights. Man like N-Type joins us for the first time in the flesh. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Honoured to be here.
Awesome. It's great to have you in the building. Obviously, you've been on Breakfast before. We've had you on the Kxvu and Marauder show before. How does it feel to be inside the building for the first time?
Mate, I'll tell you what, I didn't know what you lot was rolling with. Mate, the system in there is it's like a rave. It's like a rave in there. It's like a club. It's mental. It's wicked. Wicked.
Awesome, man. I mean, we can turn around here and we can see this ridiculous lineup behind us. Yeah, you have got a sign. I'll get Jan to get the pen when he's sorting out matters in the other room. But I mean, when you see a lineup like that, obviously coming out of this lockdown scenario, how does it feel to be like a part of what's going on tonight?
It's unbelievable, and it's I'm here to support Terry. I'm here to make some money for mine, but being a part of that lineup is unbelievable, man. Do you know what I mean? And everyone on that lineup was grafted and worked for it all for time. Do you know what I mean? So yes, it's definitely an honour.
I mean, this is the thing. I look through that as a kid who listened to dubstep when I was younger, who used to tune into all the different stations from around. I see that and go, that is foundation almost personified. Like, how does it feel?
I mean, for me, I started in jungle and drum and bass. That's what I was buying when I was a kid, when I was 14. And then started buying garage as well. So it's got everyone on it. It's got loads of my favourites, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a pleasure to play here, man. Big up Terry, man. Big up Hatcha.
He has absolutely smashed it with the lineup. And the thing that I've noticed as well about everyone in the building is everyone seems very, very happy to be back performing more than anything else. Like, I mean, it's been such a kind of long time since we've been able to run any kind of, I suppose, event more than anything else. And obviously, we're keeping to the restrictions and all that good stuff. But, like, how does it feel to get back in that more sort of event atmosphere?
Mate, it's amazing. Yeah. I've been just gagging for it. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them things. And I think in the last, like, I'd say 6 months is where I was really like, is it going to happen again? Are we going to be back? And just doing something like this is amazing. Like, especially seeing friends that I haven't seen for a long time as well, you know, because we haven't seen anyone. Everyone's been, you know, locked down or doing whatever. And yeah, it's just nice to see everyone in a wicked atmosphere like this and doing it for a good cause.
100%. I mean, we've only got you for a couple of minutes, so I'm going to keep it nice and brief, and obviously we'll probably end up chatting again in a few months or whatever. I'm always trying to get him on my show. But I mean, obviously you're staying busy. Wheel and Deal is doing absolute bits right now. There's a few Wheel and Deal names on the lineup as well.
And we've got a Wheel and Deal night on the 11th of June in Bristol. It's a socially distanced thing. They've been doing it at High Rise. And it's amazing. Like, I played at the Croydub one last. Oh, mate, it went off. It was wicked. And it's mad because it's still socially distanced. Everyone's on tables, but, oh, mate, it was sick. So we've got that, and there's a new date as well. We're now doing bi-monthly Wheel and Deals at a club in Peckham Audio. And the first one's on the 23rd of July. And it's going to be sick. And we've got Truth headlining. Boom!
Wow, I mean, that's getting Truth over us. Amazing.
Exactly that, mate. I managed to get them. Do you know what I mean? They're on the route to Outlook. So big up Finwire as well for sorting that out as well.
I mean, I'm looking forward to it. And I tell you what, it's been good to actually finally meet you in the flesh as well. I mean, obviously, we
talked on the phone for long enough. I didn't stop yapping.
I mean, you can check that out on the podcast. Do check it out. Breakfast with Kxvu on Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. Leave it there, dude. It's been an absolute pleasure. Absolutely smashed the set as well. It's good to chat to you.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. Big up Trickstar. Big up Trickstar.
Right then, people, we're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio phase transitions. We are reporting live. We've got one of the voices of the moment right about now. Man like Sergeant Pokes in the building. How you doing, sir?
Hello, mate. All right.
I'm fantastic, mate. It's incredible to have you in the building, and especially after. How long have you been in the other room since we started?
I was granted entry at about 5:45. And I've been here ever since.
I mean, it's incredible. I mean, this lineup that's been kind of thrown for this, obviously this event this evening, it's very foundational. How has it been kind of being back in that environment?
Yeah, man. I never really left it. Everything I do, I still try to do stuff forward, but we still celebrate, like, you know what I mean, the golden age of when this sound kind of changed stuff. Do you know what I mean? Not like a golden age in the sense of like a period of time, but like the golden age of that sound. We always celebrate that.
100%. I mean, obviously, there hasn't been any gigs. There hasn't been much sort of live action, and obviously, the kind of host of MCs that have been on the kind of thing this evening. It must have been fun, kind of going back and forth. And then obviously, with Hatcha's set as well, 24 hours. How was it like being a part of that?
I mean, he's like, what he's done, he's absolutely smashed it. Like, raised some amazing money for charity. It takes someone like, you know, to, not just anyone can get people to come together like that. It's, you know what I mean? And it's testament to sort of the years that he's put in previously, you know what I mean? Like, he's been a hard-working DJ. He's put a lot of people on. And it's worth celebrating that, do you know what I mean? And I think to be invited, you know, yeah, man, it means a lot. And especially to be invited to do his part of the show, do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's loads of people on the lineup that I know that I've played with like many, many times, but to be included in his statement of rolling out like that, it was, yeah, man. I feel a little bit like weird, man. Like I've played for a long time. I've done 9 hours and stuff before, but like that was different. Yeah. And yeah, it kind of flew. It was kind of. I'm a bit delirious.
Yeah. It's all good though, man. One thing I did want to ask you whilst I've got you here, I recognise the T-shirt. It is a Mine T-shirt. 100%. Like, obviously, being back in Brighton, especially, like, obviously, we kind of live down here. This is very much where we kind of resonate here at Trickstar. Yeah. So, kind of with that, during the early days, as a kid at those points for myself, like, I remember seeing a lot of the heads down in Brighton on quite a regular basis. How has it been back in the city?
Yeah, man. Like, Brighton opened up earlier. Got a shout out, Unlikely and Kion, who used to do Super Dub Pressure way back, and the name of their sound system has literally just now gone out of my head. The Dirt. No, it weren't Dirt. They didn't start with Dirt.
It's the Dirt Rig, wasn't it?
I'm sure they had someone else first. Let's say it was Dirt. Big up Dirt. Yeah, man. It's wicked to come back to Brighton, and I can't wait to actually. I feel like there's been a massive shift with this sound, and it was cool in an underground way. And then it was cool in a trashy way, and then nobody wanted anything to do with it. And lots of artists have been like plugging away hard, doing small clubs, trying to convince like promoters that it is actually a viable like night. And I hope that in the coming years we start to see much more stuff happening down in Brighton. Shout out to Mine, because they've kept it real down here for a minute, and they put on solid lineups. They put on like hardcore lineups. So it's really easy to just kind of like, oh, well, who is a headliner that just sells tickets? They're not doing that. Do you know what I mean? So I respect that and I rate that. They put on like proper heads nights. And that's what's important. 100%,
man. It's been great chatting to you. Thanks for coming down. It's been awesome. And again, the kid in me is screaming right now, seeing all of these names on the lineup. It's been an absolute pleasure, dude. Have a good one. We'll catch up soon.
Thanks for letting me waffle.
There we go. Anytime. Trickstar. Bang. We're out. Right then, people. We're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio. You got your boy Kxvu promoting here and getting into some conversations. It's been a wicked event so far. We've got foundational names upon foundational names on this lineup. But when we're talking about foundational names, man's like Slimzy is in the building with me. We can't get much better than that. How are you, sir?
All right. Thank you, mate. All good.
All good. That's what we like to hear, man. Well, we've got loads of people on this lineup. First of all, are you excited to get in there?
Yeah, can't wait to get on, mate.
I mean, it's going to be great. You've obviously you're someone who has got a real kind of foundational kind of background with all of this stuff. Like, how does it feel kind of seeing that lineup come together, like especially after no shows being able to be a thing?
That's one of the biggest lineups I've seen for ages, and like loads of people are talking about it. It's going to be good.
Awesome, man. I mean, obviously, with your set tonight, you're going to be... I want to know what you're doing, basically. So what can people expect from what you've got on the way?
Got loads of dub plates ready.
That's what we love to hear. I'd expect nothing less from yourself, sir. So there we go. So kind of with this, obviously, this is a phase transition event. There's so many people on the lineup. Who are you looking forward to seeing most, apart from the dubs that are currently in your bag?
Tubby and Plastician.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah. Why those two?
Because they come from Rinse and like they're really good. Like they play like... good stuff in it. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, it's great to talk to you. Thanks for joining us very quickly. Trickstar Radio, we're in the building. Phase transition. Keep it locked. Bang. Right then, people, we're back inside the building. Trickstar Radio. You've got Kxvu representing right about now. We have a legend of the game in the building. Man like Benny Ill joins us fresh off jumping off the decks. How are you doing, sir?
Safe. I'm all good, man. All good.
That's what we love to hear. First of all, you've just jumped off. How are you feeling?
Oh, good, man. It was good to be part of the little history. Hatcha had this idea of doing the history of the years over the music we've all been involved in. So, like, I played my part in that. That's like a 2000 to 2003 style music. So that's what I was coming with.
Amazing, man. I mean, we were sat next door we've got a little press room next door. I'm kind of listening in. It was very, very lively, and obviously you're someone who is very foundational to this sound throughout the years. You've been one of those kind of real pioneers behind that. How does it feel, kind of being amongst this kind of? When we look at this lineup, it is kind of crazy, and obviously we haven't really had much live activity due to lockdowns and things like that. How did it feel to be back in that sort of live environment?
Well, yeah, it's almost like a little bit of getting back to having that gig feeling and everyone rolling together, all the DJs getting together, people who ain't seen each other for a long time, so that's all positive, man.
100%. I mean, obviously this is for Phase Transition, who have put together an incredible lineup. Hatcha's done a great job with getting everyone in. And obviously you were on the station quite recently as well for a guest mix for Dominus, which was really, really good. How did that go?
Yeah, that was great. A couple of weeks back, it was my first set on the Trickstar. I got offered the guest slot there, so I was keen to be on a good FM station and all that. It's a good vibe to have the FM listeners and everything. Like, these days, a lot of internet stuff. Like, it's good to be real, like
authentic radio sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's it. I come from pirate radio and doing slots on normal FM radio, innit? So that's.
It's proper. It feels historic, I suppose, to an extent. Awesome. I mean, we've only got you for a couple of minutes, and obviously I want to let you to get on with what everything that's going on. So with your sort of sound, then, what have you got kind of lined up? What's next on the horizon for you?
We got an EP coming out on Sneaker Social Club. That's we're doing the sort of breakbeat kind of stuff now on the hardcore breakbeat style thing. It's a little. It's a collaboration with graffiti writers as well for a tribute to some fallen writers and that, so yeah, that's going to be the next thing we're doing.
Awesome, man. Well, I look forward to seeing it. Thank you for joining us. It was wicked to listen in. Trickstar Radio, we're out. Bang.
This is Breakfast with Kxvu, bringing you their morning flavours on Trickstar Radio.
Trickstar Radio.